Hello and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. Um, Happy Sunday evening. I'm Candy Rodol coming to you from New York City. And today, as I previously announced, we're gonna play with the paper pumpkin Sunshine and Smiles. That was February's paper pumpkin, the most recent one. And it's full of, it not only is very cute, but it's also full of possibilities, I think, creative possibilities. And you can do different cards with them, additional to what it comes in the kit that is very whimsical and and cutesy. But if you want to do something a little bit more sophisticated, you can do that too, because this kit is very, very versatile, I think. Anyway, so I can see your comments. Somebody's on. Hi. Say hi if you want. I would appreciate it. And let's get started. So I just want to actually show you, and I don't have my samples, but I can show you from the flyer. These are the three designs that came, and they all have a window. These are the ones that come in the box. And the window is like adorable. It screams shaker car, but I did one last time, so I'm not gonna do one now. But we have some other I have some other ideas, and let's see if you like them. Okay. So here's one of the cards that I came up with. It's kind of an Easter card. I used the Thanks a Bunch, one of the cards from the Thanks a Bunch. That was a celebration item. I'm sure many of you have it, and it has really good possibilities as well. And then I did more of a St. Patty's Day one with the shamrock here and the pot of gold, and So Lucky to Call You Friend, with the this is a part of the card bases that come actually from the inside through the window, one of the windows of the card. And then we have this one that I'm saying, if you don't like so cutesy and with the little creatures, which I did really like, you can do something a little different. And this was just a simple birthday using the frame florets. So which one should we start with? Let's start with the pot of gold and the St. Patrick's Day one. Okay. I mean, I call it St. Patrick's Day, but you can, use the same idea for other things if you don't put the pot of gold or the shamrock. But anyway, so let's start with that one. And for that one, I used, as I said, the back of this card. So this is one of the card bases that come. What I did is I cut it in half. I used this for the birthday, and I used this part for the base of this St. Patrick's Day card. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this, as I said, in half. Then we're gonna adjust it a little bit to make sure. Oh, and what I didn't show you about this, was it this one? Yeah, well, I'll show you later when I do the other card. So let's start by cutting this in half. I'm trying to use the crease a little bit less, because I hate when you put things in the exact crease. It may not have a perfect cut. But since we're gonna adjust it, see, I left the crease here, and I'm gonna trim it later anyway. So I'm gonna save this for our other card, as I said, and we're gonna trim this to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm gonna take it from the white space because I don't think it's so interesting. Let's see. All right, and where do I want to cut it from? I think this side. You can save this to put as an accent on the side, in the inside if you want. I save all my little pieces. So then what I did is I used the shadow that comes in the Thanks a Bunch that is meant to be one of the, to give some shade to the carrot. And I used it as grass. So we're gonna put this, and I need my mat because this is photopolymer, and I did it in mossy meadow, I believe. You can use any green that you want. I'm using in mossy meadow because I'm using the mossy meadow cardstock for this card. All right, so let's put some grass. You can also use a longer piece of the, there's a longer piece of the carrot that has that it could be used as longer grass, but I have this one, and it's the same one I'm gonna use for another card. So I'm just like overlaying them a little bit as you want. I need to re-ink this mossy meadow, but we're gonna make do as it is now. If you want longer grass, you can just go a little bit higher. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. Just so we have a base. I'm gonna put a little bit more here. And here that looks a little light. Alright, so this is something easy. You don't have to, if you want to give a little bit of more texture, you don't have to re-ink your stamp, and you can just stamp off and just keep going. Just a little bit of texture in the bottom. All right, so we're gonna put this for later, because as I said, I was gonna use it in the other card. And we're gonna create our pot of gold, and for that I used the sun, and then I'm gonna fussy cut it, leaving just two rays of the sun, and I cut the rest, and I'll, you know, I'll show you. It's easier when you see it. Where is everybody tonight? I don't see anybody. There was somebody before. Anyway, I'll keep going, right? Show must go on, and you may catch the replay if you cannot catch me live. That's always a possibility, right? So I want it really dark, but I have my black marker ready if I want to blend a little bit more, and that's up to you. So this is just scrap paper. As you could see, I used it on the other side, and I used everything. All right, so there's our sun, black sun. And what I'm gonna do, so it's a little easier to see which ones are gonna be the legs of the pot that I don't want to cut, I'm just gonna, well, okay, that's not working now. There we go. Just, these are the two that are gonna be the legs of my pot. And now we're just gonna fussy cut around. Let's see, I want it like this, for instance, you know, more or less. And I'm gonna just fussy cut this. I hope I'm on camera. It's hard to do fussy cutting at a distance here underneath the phone, but I'm trying. Okay, maybe if I get a little closer. There we go. And then we're gonna go all the way here, and we're gonna cut the other leg or ray if you want. And that's it. See? Easy, right? And that's our little pot with the two legs that we're gonna put right here. But first we need the gold. So for the gold, what I did is just I cut a little bit more of that, and I'm gonna actually indicate it with just so I can see how wide I need my piece of white. And I did it under the lights. It's hard to see. Okay, I'll trim it if not. I'm just gonna get a little bit like that, and then we'll trim it. It's almost. So I'm gonna use a little bit of, let's take the mat out of here. Done with the mat. Now I need my silicone mat, and I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here. Am I on camera? Yes. And I'm gonna trim that. Not a good idea to trim where there's the adhesive already on, but I don't care, so I'm gonna put more adhesive, and I don't want it so whipping full. So what I'm gonna do now is put more on the top, and I'm just gonna fold it, because you can do that. This is, by the way, the Stampin' Seal Plus. It's a little stronger and I like it better. It's very easy to use, very friendly, user friendly, as they would say with a computer, but this is user friendly too. And then we need our gold, right? So what I did, I used just a hole puncher, and I punch a bunch of little holes that are gonna be my coins in the shimmer, fine shimmer paper, or glitter paper, fine glitter paper. I think it's fine shimmer. And I did some in the metallic gold. So we have both. Okay, sorry, I cannot really. I cannot catch it. Maybe I need my tongs. Let me grab them. And if you have a piece that is not perfect, like this one there that has like a little bit of hole, because I don't know, it may have been next to something else, you can, because we're gonna layer them a little bit, you can still use them. Okay, so let's start, you know, just grab them. Now we have adhesive here, so let's put that one underneath. There we go. And with no rhyme or reason, just as you want it. I want to alternate, so we have both shiny and a little glimmery and shiny coins, like different kinds of gold, right? And I'm gonna overlay that. I'm gonna put this one here in the middle, so they don't seem that to be on the line. And then the last one, for the very top, I did using a glue dot, because, you know, like this one may need to put a little bit more adhesive because it's not enough here. So I'm just gonna put a little drop of liquid glue. And oh, doesn't wanna stick. Come on, stick. There we go. And then I'm gonna put this one on the top, because I want it kind of like pyramid, like kind of. So I'm gonna, actually, since I have the liquid glue out, I'm gonna do it with liquid glue, because the glue dot might be too big for this. And we'll let it aside to dry a little bit first. Just very, very little. This is very small piece, so. It doesn't help when my tongs are a little bit sticky, because I should have cleaned them. Alright. And I think I need another coin there, because I don't like how this is looking. I don't like to see the... Yeah. This one I'll do with a glue dot, because this one is a complete thing. So just put this on top of a glue dot, like so. This is the exact size of the glue dot, and then I can put it right there to cover the white that we can see underneath. All right, there we go. So this is a pot of gold. Do you like? will put that later. I think I'm gonna let it dry a little bit more. Meanwhile, we can create our shamrock. And for the shamrock, I use this stamp that is part of the Sunshine and Smiles, and I'm gonna do it in, what did I do? I think I did Mossy Meadow too. I think it was a Mossy Meadow kind of day for me. So this is the line for the kite, but I'm gonna use it as a stem for the shamrock. Maybe I'll do it this other way. I don't know how I did it originally, but I did it this way. I don't know, it looks a little crooked. Maybe I moved it when I put it like that, but I'm gonna do it that way. There we go. Oops, sorry. I'm a little bit off camera, right? See, I did it the other way, but it doesn't matter. All you need is a stem for the shamrock. And then you need 4 hearts. And I had an old punch. I can't remember what it was. It's an old retired punch or die set. No, but it's a punch. But anyway, you need 4 more or less this size, or a little bit bigger if you want. I know we have some nice Valentines that have die cuts with that. I had used, actually, I'm gonna use these ones because these ones were too small. So I did 2 sizes. Hopefully I did 4 of them because I need 4. There we go. Yeah, these ones come from which one was it? The Tree of Tags that came with the hearts, also retired. But anyway, I'm sure you have some hearts that you can use. It doesn't matter as long as it's a little bit big. You can use the small ones too, and I just want to put the little frog on top of it, and it would cover too much of the shamrock. But you can do the card without the frog if you want to. If you think the frog is too cutesy, you want more like a straight up sympathetic scar. I lost connection for a little bit, I think. So all you're gonna do is just put your hearts together, and it depends on the shape of your heart. It might be totally flush, or you might have a little bit of room between the leaves. It doesn't matter. It will look like a shamrock anyway. So sorry, I'm gluing a little bit of glue, and I'm doing with my left hand. I don't know why. Look, I'm ambidextrous today. I don't know. Just because I have the there we go. And I do want to have the little frog, so I'm gonna put it right there in the middle. This is the frog that comes as one of the die cuts of the set, but you also have the stamp. So if you already use your frog, you can use the stamp and color it to use it, or you can put the frog here. Actually, why don't we do that? That would be cute. I think I'm gonna do that just for variety's sake, because she thinks that she's lucky that she found a 4-leaf clover. So there we go. I have my story complete now. Hi Kate, how are you? I'm glad you like it. So I'm gonna put this little guy here, right there with a dimensional. The lucky froggy that found the 4-leaf clover. And I think now we can put our pot of gold. I think it's dry enough. Put 2 dimensionals in there. And I'm gonna put it right there. It's at the end of the rainbow. I don't know, more or less, right? I didn't want to put it all the way to the corner like I did in the other one, but I guess it's at the end of the rainbow anyway. I think It's close enough to the end of the rainbow. And now we're gonna stamp our sentiment. Hopefully. You can prepare the tag, which I did, and now I probably dropped it, but I have more. I use, because the sentiment I want to use, it's a little long. It doesn't fit in the labels that we have with this set, but I have one from previous set that happened to have a gold around it. I think it's perfect, but you can use just any label that you have around, as long as, I mean, depends on the sentiment you want to use. You adjust it to the size of your card. This, if you have a St. Patty's Day sentiment specifically, that'd be great. I know that we have in oval occasions, we have one that says "some lucky to have met you" or something like that. That's also a nice one to have for St. Patty's Day, if you don't want to have this specific St. Patty's Day. I happen not to have a specific. I think I have one, but anyway, I like the friend stuff, so that's what I'm sticking with. And this comes from Frame Florets, and it says, "So lucky to call you friend." I think that's a great sentiment for a St. Patty's Day card, especially because of the 4-leaf clover. And there we go with the Mossy Meadow again. Hopefully it'll stamp correctly, because as I said, I need to re-ink it. I just want to make sure that the whole thing is in. There we go. It came out pretty well. Always close your stamp set so they don't dry. Close them as soon as you've finished with them, even if you have to open them several times. And this will go like this. But first I want to add actually one of the little hearts that I had here. As I said, this came from the Tree of Tags die set. Just a little bit of glue, liquid glue will do it. All right, and 2 more dimension, also parts of, I have at the end of this package. I'm gonna put one in the middle. I don't want to cover a lot of my rainbow because it's pretty, but something like that. All right, so now all we have to do is mount our card. So I'm using the Distress Gold. I love this paper. I use it all the time, as you've seen me, I'm sure. And this is Mossy Meadow in 4 1/4 by 5, you know, well, I'm actually by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and that gives you your basic card measurement. But you know what I always say, I think you've seen me done it before, but you know, this paper is too pretty to waste all these, and you only see like that little piece coming out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a big chunk of my Distress Gold paper out of here, so I can use it for other purposes. It always, you know, don't waste anything. So how I did that, I'm gonna go here at the 1/2 inch mark, and if you see this line here is more or less 1/2 inch. So if you put your cutting blade more or less, I mean, I'm a little farther away, so I'm usually, when I do it, I want to be just on top of it, but I hope it works. More or less it has to work because it's gonna show very little. So I go to, and I leave 1/2 inch at the bottom, So then I take it, since I have the measurement already there, I turn it around. Oh, it moved. Okay. Okay. Turn it around and I do the other way to the 1/2 inch mark. And then I lift it up, leave it in the 1/2 inch mark there. And then I put my paper vertically now. And I do the same. Leave it there. There's something crooked here, but it doesn't matter because it's not going to be seen. Okay. And if it goes a little bit over, it doesn't matter, as I said. Like, it got a little crooked. It's a thin paper, and I think I may have moved it when I brought the line down, the guide down. And all I want to do is grab my rectangle and save it, because look, first off, it will be lighter when you're shipping it, right? If you're mailing it, I mean. But this is a lot to use for something else, you know. It's like a waste of paper if you wanna, if you put it all underneath, that's not gonna be seen. So I'm saving my gold there. And then I'm just gonna attach this here. As you'll see, this won't be seen because we only see like a little bit of frame around it. See? All right, so let's do it. And because this is delicate, you see, it doesn't matter that this got a little crooked. It doesn't matter at all because it's going to be covered. All right, so a little bit, not too much. I don't want to spillage outside my paper. And I like to use liquid glue, as I explained, because it leaves me some wiggle room, especially when I'm dealing with just 1/8 of an inch, because that's what I wanted to show, 1/8 of an inch on each side. So I can adjust if needed. But no, I did pretty good. No matter, like, no need to adjust, right? Do the same with these. An 1/8 of an inch of the gold is going to be shown around as a frame. And this is our car, the first car. What do you think? I'm thinking I'm going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella on this little fellow here because he's so happy. I'm going to avoid the eye area. Just going to put it over his body and his face. There we go. Can you see it a little bit shiny now? Sometimes with the light it's hard to see, but anyway, I think it's pretty straight and all. Alright, so this is car number 1. Let's go to car number 2. And I don't know, should we do the carrot and leave the birthday for the end? Maybe. Okay, so let's do this one now. The big carrot. This fellow is also very happy because he found a big carrot. For this one, I did these flowers are the ones that come in the stamp. And if you order it in enough, with enough time, this set had an add-on that was the Sunshine and Smiles dies, and it's 2 dies. One cuts the frog in the stamp set, this little fellow here, and the other cuts the flowers. But I already pre-cut this, die cut this already. I just want to show you the dies, but they were limited edition, so to speak, or until supplies last, should we say, and they were gone very, very quickly because everybody wanted them. See, this was an add-on that you could purchase separately. All right, so as I said, I used the stamps of the flowers, and I watercolor them or ink color them with pastel colors. I use Calypso Coral, and I use this guy, one of the water painters, and I'm gonna use this later for coloring the other flowers and the flame florets, but I just, you know, thought that like it's too much painting on one session, right? So you can, you know, you'll see me how I do it in the other one. And for this one, the interesting stuff is that I used the clouds as a stencil. So I put it upside down, and I used the blending brush to put a little bit of ink. So let's start with that first, because that's messy. Well, not that messy, but you know. Anyway, so I have a scrap paper here, and I have a card that's cut at what is this? I think it's 4 by 5 1/4. And I know that the bottom of my card is gonna be the heel that already is one of the die cuts that come in the set. I don't know what it is now. Oh, it's right here. This is one of the die cuts that come in the set. So let's grab balmy blue. I like balmy blue for a blue sky. Classic and nice. So what you do is just like tap like this, and then you start from the paper and just go like this. And of course we need the stencils. Oops. Let me get my, which I have. Let me see if I have some. Oh, here it is. I need a little bit of washi tape to hold the, I don't have to hold the clouds down. And I just do like this, curl it over itself, and then grab my cloud and put it like this. I'm gonna put one there. I'm gonna do 3, right? I did. And where's the other one? Oh, I lost the other cloud. Oh well, I have more. But it bugs me. Oh well, oh here it is. It's just like the same color of the sky, so I couldn't see it. Anyway, so I'm gonna put that other fellow there. So with more washi tape, I'm gonna do a 3rd one. Just a little curl. I use washi tape because then it's easy to remove without damaging either the paper or the little cloud that I may use for another project, you know. So let's grab just a 3rd cloud. I'll put it right there. Actually, I could use it like in this shape, you know, so they're not all the same shape. So let's do one in this upside down. But the thing is that if I do that, this is gonna become blue, but it doesn't matter. Blue is still the color of the cloud. So again, tap your ink and just blend around it, but start from the paper so you don't get like the big dollop of ink. I find this very relaxing. More ASMR, I think it's called. Those videos are relaxing, movement or sound or cake frosting. Yeah, I don't know. The balmy blue is a very light color, so It's hard to tell sometimes if I put enough or not. Okay, let me go a little bit harder. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, I don't need much. I just want to give it a little bit of color to the sky. And that's it. And a little bit over here because the hill goes down. So I want to make sure that there's some sky also over here. And I just, for safety reasons, I'm going to just test it. Yes, and this works. Alright, so now we'll see how it looks. And if I don't like it, I can put more color, but we don't need that much. That's exactly the effect I wanted, like soft clouds in a soft blue background. Here we go. Pretty, right? I like it. And then we are gonna adhere this, but we're gonna trim it first. And I don't know if I like that. I think I trimmed this on the app, so I trimmed this that way. This has to be at 4 now, so I'm gonna measure it and cut it at 4. Save the clouds for more stenciling or for be used in another project. And I'm gonna just cut this at 4. Well, not at 4. I meant at 5 and what is it? 5 1/4. Yes. Alright. And I also did in this one, let me get rid of that scrap paper, bring my mat, because I actually use a little bit of old olive to give just a tiny bit more of texture to this grassy hill here. So I'm again using the stamp from, oh, that's actually much stronger than I thought. Maybe it was per pieces that I used. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna do a few of them. Some stamped off, so always good. Yeah, I think I need a little bit more here, just to give a little bit more interest. So I used per pieces before, and I'm using all olive now, so it's a little darker, but I don't care, it still looks cute. And then we need our carrot, by the way. Do I have scrap paper for the carrot? Yes, we do. Alright, I have some scrap paper here. The carrot is not very wide, so I can use this. And I'm gonna do it in Calypso Coral. I'm gonna do Calypso Coral, yes. Save this here. I'm gonna run a little bit longer than my 45 minutes, but if you have nothing better to do, stick with me. If not, you can always catch the replay. You need to go. So this is my very nice looking carrot. But I'm gonna actually now stamp a little bit of the longer shadow for the carrot, which is this one here. So I'm gonna use this stamp set, I think. Will it fit? I think so. I'll do it diagonally, so I don't have to waste time cleaning my stamp now to reuse the same block. So let's see if I can align it properly, and if not, it doesn't matter because it just adds texture. See, it went a little bit over here, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna fussy cut it, so that's it. Oh, and we need also the top, which I can do here. The top bunch. Okay. So let's fussy cut this, get it out of the way so there's no accidents when I stamp the other one, because this one is done. So this one surprised Bunny finding such a huge carrot. Reminds me a little bit of a Wallace and Gromit movie. That was cute. I don't know if you saw that. It's very cute, and there was a... I can't remember if it was a... I think they were giant vegetables. Anyway, so this is our carrot. And now I'm gonna do the top of it with this one in 2 colors because I liked the variety, and that's why I trigger my using the darker ink for the old olive ink for the grass there. God, I can't find my words today. All right, so we're gonna do this first in Purpisas. Actually, no, we're gonna do this. Which green did I use there? Yes, Purpisas, Grace's Granny Apple Green, which I don't have handy. I did Parakeet Party in this one, I think, but it doesn't matter. 2 greens, different, one lighter than the other. That look, yeah, that looks good enough. It must have been Purpisas. And then let's get the old olive out. And I'm just gonna stamp it over it, but not exactly. I don't care if the stems don't coincide. I don't want them to coincide because otherwise we'll have the same thing. Yeah, I like it like that. Fussy cut this is a little trickier. Don't care if the stems is gonna be covered by the carrot, because I'm gonna put them very close to the carrot there. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not. I'm gonna leave a little bit of white around it, otherwise it'll be like, wow, too thin, it will break, whatever. But and usually in fussy cutting, you move the paper, leave the scissors more or less as they are. There we go. Almost done. I know it's not fun to see people fussy cutting. Right. Okay. The only thing I don't want is a very sharp angle or anything, because then it doesn't look natural. Right? Everything like roundy, you can get away with anything like this. So even if it's not super precise. Sometimes when you have too much going around, it's hard to maneuver. But anyway, I'm gonna save this because it's still a good piece there that I can use for something else, for other scrap situation. All right, so where is the carrot now? I think underneath this. Nope. All right. Okay, we lost the carrot, people. Oh, here it is. All right, so we're gonna put it like that. See what I told you? It doesn't really matter, the stem. So we're gonna actually put some glue there, or maybe even, I think these. Should have done it on top of my stamping mat. I should have done it on top of my silicone mat, but it's okay. No harm done. And I've lost the top part. Darn. Really, I am not very clever today. Alright, let me find it again. Did I get stuck with the... Alright, come on, I already fussy cut that. Oh, there it was. It fell on the floor. This is what happens when you work in a tiny, tiny space. Like this. And then we're gonna put the bow in it once it's attached to the card. So let's start mounting this, okay? Oh, we have to do the sun. And I have to make sure that I clean the sun very well, because I was using it with black. And you don't want a black sun, even though there's a nice song. But okay, where's my chamois? Very handy to have. You can clean. You have to keep it wet. That's why it's in this case. And when it dries, you just wet it again and rinse it a little bit under the faucet, and then you can use it over and over and over again. I've had this for over 2 years. Very handy thing to have. Now it's a little wet, but that's fine. And let's get a yellow. Which yellow? Bumblebee? Yes, we're gonna use Bumblebee. Make sure it's really saturated, the whole sun, because it goes over the yellow, over the blue sky, so it's gonna be a little see-through, but I don't care. Oh, by the way, I need my mat, so let me push with it. There we go. Now we have the sun here. And now we have to mount it. Mount the card. We're gonna do this with dimensionals. I'm gonna put these ones down here. A couple of other here in the middle. I'm gonna do one more here. There. Just align it to your base. Alright, there we go. And then we're gonna put our little fellow right here in the middle. He's so happy. I'm gonna do a little bit of liquid glue here in the bottom, and I'm gonna put a dimensional on the top. Like so. I don't want to cover my sun. I want to have enough room for my message here, so everything seems to be in the right place. So let's attach our carrot. So we're gonna put maybe a mini dimensional. Okay, these are big dimensionals. No. Where are my mini dimensionals? Oh, here they are. There we go. And I had like a piece, and you know, I just want to have one sheet of that, so I don't have too many pieces going around in my little tiny space. And then we'll do another, like these ones actually will work well here. All right. And these we're gonna tuck underneath because they're growing from the earth, right? So I cut my nails the other day and they're so short that I cannot grab the backs of the dimensionals, which I usually do with, okay. I put the dimensional here so it doesn't let me tuck it all the way, but you know, I can lift it. There we go. And then we're gonna do a little bow there in green, if I can find my metallic green. Where did I leave it? All right. Oh, there it is. Here. I had everything ready. I just don't know why I cannot find things when I'm live. Just too many things in very small space. That's why, you know, even if it's right there, it's hard to see. So it's a very small, like this size, right? I think that's a good size. Yes. I'm sorry. I cut the whole thing off camera. I'm so sorry. But anyway, I just made a bow. And I made it pretty fast for being on camera and all. So, yay me. Now, with a glue dot, we just put it right here for, or not on my finger, thank you very much. I just, there we go. Nice. And now we have to put the flowers. And for the flowers, I don't think these have dimensionals. No. Well, I did a tiny dimensional in this one. Excuse my hand. Is it a dimensional? Oh, no, it was not a dimensional. Never mind. Well, I can do a dimensional. Who cares? Perfect. I can do it on the side. So, yeah. And then I'll just put a glue dot here. You don't want a dimensional on top of this because this already has another dimensional, so it doesn't really. Oh, look what I just did. Can you see that? Okay, ignore the hairs of the metallic trim from, or bow there, that the static in my hands picked up. But it doesn't matter, it's gonna stick anyway. So here we have some flowers, and we're gonna put more flowers here. And this I did with, what, how did I do it? I think it with glue dots. And a dimensional in the middle. This has dimensionals, yes, so let's do that. I think that will be easier. And I'm gonna use the side of this because I think it will be good enough. Jeez, this metallic ribbon is from the In Color metallic ribbon, and it frays a lot, which is nice for certain things, but honestly, it just like I find it then later with my fingers a little sticky, all the metallic thread gets stuck. But anyway, and I can do a single one here, and that's it. God, I'm gonna go over an hour today. I didn't want to keep you so long. A little bit further. There we go. Pretty. And now we have to stamp our sentiment, and we're gonna use the Melon Mambo. That's the color that came with this set, with this kit. Mango Melody, not Melon Mambo. I'm sorry. And we're gonna use the Wishing You Sunshine and Smiles. I like that. It's a nice one that you can also use for an Easter card, like this is meant to be. Not an in-your-face, thematically in-your-face Easter card, but you know, it has a carrot, it has the rabbit. I think it's cute. Doesn't have chocolate eggs, but that's fine. And we are gonna adhere this with 2 more dimensionals. I'm just gonna cut the ends of these. Oh, I have a full one here. There, one, and then this one. Take the backings off. And there we go. Very cute. And we have the last set of flowers here. We're gonna go with how they're gonna go with a glue dot. Two glue dots actually. Sorry, I think I'm off camera again. Anyway, I'm just putting glue dots. Not super exciting to see. I'm gonna do this right here. All right, so we have our car. Now we have to assemble it to the back. And what I did, I think this is Granny Apple Green. It's one of the colors of the set. And what I used for the little trim here is an envelope. Because these envelopes have this yellow underneath, and it's like it's a very nice yellow. Well, it's a Mango Melody. Again, I hate wasting envelopes because people throw them away. So why not use a regular envelope and use the pretty envelopes to do something more interesting with them? So we're gonna cut these sides of the envelope. And now, voila, we have all this area. This is pretty. You can use this for other things. Take it out of a little bit in from the outside from the fold, so it cuts more cleanly. And I just need this to be at 5 6/8. Is it 6/8? No. Is it 1, 2, 3, 3/8? Sorry, 5 3/8. No, sorry. This needs to be 5 3/8. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna cut the 4 1/8. All right, there. Save this and do the 5 3/8. Yes. With this will give us just 1/8 of an inch around the base card in green. Hopefully. if I measured it properly. And there we go, see? Yes. And then we have this, that's another 1/8 of an inch. So it has like a little bit of yellow showing around, and then a little bit of green, just to stand out a little bit. Right, like I'll do this very quickly because we're already an hour and I still have another card to show you. Alright, I could have just moved to the other card because you know what I'm gonna do with it. Alright. And now this. There's a lot of glue here. We don't want that. Alright. I glued my finger a little bit. Just make sure this was a very tight fit. But that's why we have the wiggle room of the liquid glue. Alright. So this is our card. This has the sun farther down than my original card, but anyway, it's afternoon or more towards the evening, doesn't matter, depends on the daylight savings moment of the day. All right, so and now for the last card, we are gonna use, this is the gold that I'm gonna save for some other project. We are gonna use the other side of the rainbow card, right? And for this I use flowers from Frame Florets. Very nice set that has die cuts too, and I already die cut them, so you know, this is the die cuts that come with it. This is the set. The message "so like the kid to call you friend" is from here, and for this one I'm gonna use the birthday one, which is for a beautiful birthday. And we're gonna use doing flirty flamingo. Okay, Candy just threw all the flowers on the floor, and now I'm stuck because it's hard to move here. Let's see. I think I see it. If the table moves, don't worry about it. All right, so anyway, I have flowers already cut out, and maybe I won't color them so I don't have to spend so much time here, much longer. But maybe if you want to see how I did it, I've done it in other videos, but I'm using the ink. But let's put this first. This is just very straightforward, so I have to adjust this to 4 by 5 1/4, but I want my oval to be center, so I want to cut from both sides the same. So what I mean is that I'm cutting, sorry, again, I'm giving you the wrong measurements first. So this is gonna be 4, and it's 4 2/8, I think. So we're gonna cut an 1/8 from each. So I'm gonna cut this like this. What am I doing? This like this. And save this. And 1/8 from here. Till my 4. Oh my God, I think I cut more than, whatever. I'll cut a little bit more. It doesn't matter, because I'm gonna center it anyway. And save this again. And then we're gonna cut, this is 5 1/4, and I want it at 5 1/2, and I want it at 5 1/4, so I'm gonna do 2/8 in one. No, Candy, what am I doing? Okay, yes. This 2/8, like 1/8, sorry. And now I'm gonna do it at 1/8 here. So my oval will still be centered. And that's the important part. Oh, so that was a complicated part of this card. Me and measurements, you know. Anyway, so now we have it nicely and centered here. Just gonna glue it down. And when doing an oval, I usually don't put in the middle, but when doing an oval, I want my window to be stuck too, so I do a little bit on the glue in the middle as well. All right. There we go. So this is our oval, which was the window. So I've already colored these, and I gave them a little bit of a wave here. So I'm gonna touch it like this, and I'm gonna put dimensional and glue the dimensional to keep the wave going. So dimensionals here in the higher part of my wave, and then glue dots on either side. I'm gonna need more glue dots very soon. Okay, this one doesn't want to stick. Let's try this again. Glue dot there, glue dot there. Come on. All right, that never happens to me, but anyway. So here we have the top of our frame. Position it as you want it, and then it stacks. And I like that it lifts a little bit. It gives the idea that these are like a garland of flowers. And then I had another one here I thought I had a yellow one too. Well, I guess not. I was planning to color just one. I may have to color two, but anyway. So I have one in Calypso Coral. I'm just gonna curl a little bit the sides. If you think there's too much white for you because the die cut came, because usually I would color it first and then die cut it. Not like I did this black and white because I just wanted to show you, and I don't want to do the die cutting here on camera because it doesn't really fit. You can always trim a little bit the white if it bothers you, but anyway, it doesn't bother me that much. I just wanted to show you that you can do that. So now that we have this here, we can put it with we can use some greenery around it that I had. All this comes from Flame Florets. These are like images from Flame Florets. And again, I'm gonna curl this. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna put the dimensional here, a glue dot on here. This time I'm gonna do the glue dot directly on the thing because this is gonna be stuck underneath. And now that will tell me where to put the glue dot, the dimensional, sorry. Let me use one of the new ones. And a dimensional right there. Just make sure that your leaves don't come out of the frame of the car, because otherwise it's gonna get stuck in your envelope. So I'm gonna put just another glue dot right here to secure it a little bit better. There we go. And then I had this Calypso flower just to put here a little bit more flowery thingy. Just cut one of these sides. And then for this bottom part, we have one big flower in pink. I mean, you can use your colors, the colors that you want. I used the ones that are recommended in the set. Remember that they always say here what colors coordinate, and this card was Belmy Blue, Basic Black Cajun Craze, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Fleur de Flamingo, which is this pink that I use for the card, by the way. Mango Melody, that matches the yellow, and Old Olive and Shaded Spruce. I used Shaded Spruce here, but I thought it was too strong, so in this one I used Perpisas and Old Olive, both. So, but you can use whatever you want. Gonna put this one here with a dimensional, or a half a dimensional from this size. Right there. And then I'm gonna stick one of these. This is gonna be a little different. And I'll just have to color one, because I don't want to keep you much longer. And you don't need to see me coloring everything. This one like here with a dimensional tool. And I'm gonna put a blue dot in that side just to secure it. Okay, it will help if I take the back of the dimensional, will help it to get stuck. Then we have the greenery here, 2 leaves. I'm just curling them. I'm folding them in the middle, so it kind of like shows like 2 different leaves. I think I like the dimensional in there. Or maybe what I'll do is just I'll put the flower instead of here. We'll see. And I have more greenery. Can put more greenery in there. Oh, I didn't attach this. Okay. Yeah, it looked good there, but I need to actually attach it with a glue dot. Okay, it doesn't want to come out. It was so much better when the glue dots came the other way around, where the glue dot was against the roll, and the roll is a hard cardstock, so it's easier to get, than now that they come on the other side, so you just have paper and it's not so easy. I'm gonna put this one. Okay, it's getting stuck with the glue dot. Oh, there we go. That's where it should go. Actually, I don't like this one, how it looks. Let me use this other one. Yeah, fold it a little bit like this. Get another blue dot. This one came very easily. And let's see if I find the right spot again. There we go. That's it. Yeah. And then we need just a little extra flower here like we had in this one. And I'm gonna show you how to color that. What do you think, blue or yellow? I think blue. Yeah, or yellow, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna do the blue because I happen to have it right here. So how I do it with the ink, get your water painter, and you see how it says push here. You have it full of water, push, so there's water coming down, and then you just grab a little bit of ink from the pad itself, or you can put a couple of drops from your inking bottles and just put it. It's very light because this color is very light. If you want it more stronger, you can just go straight from the pad instead of doing it here with the water. So there's more pigment and it will show stronger. And if I have a darker blue, I could put some kind of like shading in it. And I think I can do it with Night of Navy, but it may be too dark for Night of Navy to act as the shadow of these. So I'm just gonna grab stronger mixture with the, well, not mixture, but like stronger pigment from directly from the pad to put some accents here where the lines are that I'm marking, folds in the petals and everything, and in the middle around the center like this. Just a little bit. No, it doesn't have to be perfect, just a little bit of color, and I think that's nice enough. And should dry a little bit. I had the yellow already in it because I used the yellow the other day, and I figured I would leave it. And just a little bit of curl, and we'll attach it right here. Yeah, with a glue dot. Let's see if the glue dot attaches now that the paper is a little bit wet, but I think it will. Yes, it did. Yay. All right. Then we're gonna stamp the message, which is wishing you wishes for a beautiful birthday. I thought I had it ready, but apparently I don't, because it's right here. I don't have any available blocks. I think this will work. All right. And we need our mat. I did it in Flirty Flamingo the other day, and it's harder to see, so I'm gonna do it in what color should I do it in? A darker color. Maybe Fresh Freesia will work on it. Or maybe I'm trying to decide here. Maybe the Sweet Sorbet. It's gonna be too red. Well, we'll try. What's the worst thing that can happen? I'm changing my mind here, people. I have Rich Basil very handy. I think this will work fine. All right, wishes for a beautiful birthday. That's nice. I like it. You know, it's a little bit more showy than in this one. It's not Flirty Flamingo, but you know, because the Flirty Flamingo cardstock, it just gets more disguised. And then, just to finish it off, we have the little embellishments that come here in the set. And I'm gonna use the Flirty Flamingo one to put 3 of them. I'm gonna put one down here and one down here, and then we're gonna put like a little bow too. And this is actually from this bow, if I can find it. I have it already, believe it. It's the Sweet Sorbet one, the metallic ribbon, but to me it looks more pink than red, so I thought it would look good with the Flirty Flamingo. So I'm gonna do a double bow. So I'm gonna cut enough. I'm gonna cut it again, so I have 2 strands. And hopefully I will get it done on the first try. Yeah, I can adjust You got too short in one side, too long in the other side, but just play with it until you have it like you like it. Where's the other one of the... Oh, here it is. Honestly, I did it better the other day, but when you're on camera, this happens when you're live. There we go. It's a little smaller than this one, but I think it's fine. It's good enough because I just want an accent there. I'm gonna trim the tails a little bit. Maybe do the bow a little bigger. Yes. I'm not showing you what I'm doing, but you can guess. I'm just fighting with it. Alright, so I'm gonna trim my tails, and I'm gonna try not to put those metallic threads all over my project. And with a glue dot, we're gonna attach it, in this case, right there, and a little bit on the side. Right. Okay, it's hard to see the glue dots here. So all this is just gone. Oh no, there's one there. I felt it. Well, all right. Gonna put it right here with a little bow like that, and there you go. So this is it, people. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I kept you so long. This is probably my longest live, and I honestly was not expecting it, but I don't know, it takes time. Hope you find it inspirational, creative, and that it gives you some ideas on what to do with your paper pumpkin. So thank you so much for joining. One announcement: there won't be a live next week because I'm hosting an Oscars party. So yeah, sorry. We'll see you in 2 weeks then. All right. Thank you very much. Bye. Have a wonderful 2 weeks. Bye-bye.